Hello friends. Welcome to my channel, Paint with me. Today, we will see how to make an oil pastel drawing in a simple way. We will use Sennelier pastel. A little background about Sennelier oil pastels. In 1949, Parisian painter Henri Getz approached Henri Sennelier about creating a wax color stick for his friend Pablo Picasso. Picasso, a longtime Sennelier customer and a frequent visitor to their store across the street from the Louvre Museum, was looking for a medium that could be used freely on a variety of surfaces without fading or cracking. Their collaboration produced the incomparable Sennelier oil pastels. Sennelier oil pastels have beautiful rich shades, contains more oil and are somewhat sticky. Other than this, we shall use Mangio oil pastels. These are much drier but still good enough. I am using the Mangio oil pastels for the base layers and Sennelier pastels for the top layers to get the rich look. Also, I shall be using some standard color pencils from Cretacolor to work on the border lines and detailing. In this art video, we will make an easy oil pastel drawing for beginners step by step. In a few places you might find extremely detailed pastel drawings or portraits. The artist uses a larger-than-life canvas to get the space to do the detailing. We will only be using a white sheet A3 size. Also, we shall only be using freehand to make this oil pastel painting of a little bird on the tree. So we will start with very light line drawing of the bird and foliage. We will not use a lead pencil to draw the picture, for two reasons. One, lead pencil marks show up through even thick colors like oil pastels. And, also, it appears very immature. In case you make some mistakes in drawing, rectify it with the white color. When we draw with color, then colors only can help to act as erasers. In that way, your confidence increases and leads you to become a better artist. We will use white, very light yellow and gray to blend. Finally, we will use color pencils to sharpen the edges to give a neat look. Also, it will help to draw the lines. Let's put on some preliminary shades on the bird. Choose light colors and mix with white to obtain a smooth blend. Put on a very pale yellow on the body. With a gray color pencil we will mark the darker areas. I am working with the blue color that I used to draw the bird, as the shades around the neck of the bird is of the same color. The other areas are also done lightly, including the eyes. I have used the gray color pencil to get control of the finer areas. Pastel is a wonderful medium to create instant pictures. You don't have to wait for the paint to dry, and you can go over what you have done, until you are satisfied. Now, to create the environment we will add foliage around the bird. Only with pastels, put only the color of leaves and flowers, randomly. Make some small corrections with red color pencil on the flowers. Also, add some lines to define the petioles that holds the leaves and flowers to the main branches. Every medium has its own merits and difficulties. Pastels are excellent for impressionist kind of painting. But it is better not to expect a photorealistic kind of drawing from the oil pastels. The oil pastels as a color stick has thick nib, whereby drawing fine lines will not be possible. We continue with more detailing on the bird, mainly with color pencil. Also, put on more layers of colors on the bird. Unlike watercolors and oils, pastel colors are not mixed or blended beforehand, but are mingled on paper, using contrasting dots or patches of color, cross-hatching. This is a very simple drawing of a lovely bird sitting on a branch of a tree, in an environment of flowers and foliage. We purposefully leave the background empty, to avoid making things look clumsy. In the beginning, spread the lighter colors, and don't worry too much regarding the exact shapes at this stage. Draw the main branch on which the bird is sitting with the gray color pencil. We need to remember that some foliage is far away in the background and it will be seen as blurred. To get that bokeh effect, we loosely put the colors and then cover it completely with white. This creates some depth which will look good on the finished picture. Complete the branch. Work on the legs. Oil pastels, however, have super bright hues, and can produce beautiful drawings with a little effort. Also, the completion time can be quick. We will not try to blend the colors with tissue paper, as this will not be suitable for our present drawing. We want to now add richer colors to the bird to make it more attractive. We use the Sennelier colors to build that bright coloring. Add more foliage on all sides of the bird. Pastel painting is easy and tough depending upon your expectations of the finished painting. If you expect too much detailing with only using oil pastels, then it might not be achieved. But if you are interested in creating an environment of the scene, and satisfied with the impression it creates, then oil pastel might provide the desired results. All scenes are not suitable for oil pastel, but it is a beautiful medium to quickly build artistic, creative impressions. Finish off with adding line details with color pencils. At some stage in a picture you may look at the blunt end of a worn down pastel and wonder how you are going to get any kind of detail. Do not expect pastels to give you the degree of precision you would get with watercolors or oils. Nor can you expect the kind of coverage you get from oils. On the other hand, it is impressionistic or suggestive with pastels. Once you are experienced, it is the ideal medium for extremely quick on-the-spot sketches. You can cover the paper extremely quickly. With the possibilities of instant art, the ability to get an immediate effect without any kind of preliminaries, there is a temptation to apply pastel without prior thought. In the early stages of painting a pastel, the subject can be gently covered with a light single color, to set the tone of the picture, and the shadows set out on this, with a touch of white to pick out the lightest parts. There is always a temptation in pastel to make the colors too bright. Mute all the pure colors with a neutral tint, and add more color very sparsely. The way to use pastel is to hold the stick like a pencil and using the end to color the paper. Held at a slant, the pastel will give a thin line. Held upright, a thicker line. Held lightly, the pastel will deposit less color on the paper, and the color of the paper can be the background. There are numerous ways to apply the pastel. Short stabs of color can be put down, giving a patchwork effect. Various colors can be set side by side in thin strips, or cross-hatching can be used, making a network of strokes, like a crossword, either the same color or different colors. Dots of colors can be used, areas of color can be laid down, by using the pastel on its side, applied thickly by pressing down, or thinly by lighter touch. All these techniques can be combined. Pastel drawing is a very good medium for beginners, as it will give you a sense of colors and mixing. Remember to keep your colors light in the beginning and slowly increase the pressure to finish. If you put pressure on applying pastel colors from the beginning, it will create a messy drawing. Also, don't worry about being very accurate, as colors can be overlaid, provided you keep the underlying layers light. Hope you enjoyed the bird painting as much as I did. I really enjoy working with pastels from my childhood days, and still continue with this medium to make stunning paintings. Coming back to our picture, you might ask, why the picture doesn't have a background. While making an oil pastel drawing, it is always preferable that you do not lay the entire background with oil pastel. Instead, use a colored paper. I thought white would help to give prominence to the bird. In this picture we have very easily and loosely, and without much effort, created a beautiful environment of leaves, flowers and birds. When choosing your ideas, identify scenes which attract the eyes, and you always want to look back. The best is to use a reference photo, as the scene doesn't change while painting, especially for a live bird, which may sit on the branch only for seconds before it flies off. Also, the sunlight keeps on changing, so it becomes very difficult to paint directly from nature. If you want to build up skills for painting from real objects, Arrange a still life scene, with fruits, or inanimate objects and paint from it. It is a great exercise, that can improve your drawing abilities. Also, pay close attention on the light and shadows. Not always shall it be pronounced like sunlight falling on an object. For a same object with the same color, colors will vary with light that it receives. Maybe from pure white, through the light to the dark shades of the color of the object to grays to black. That will give the depth and beauty to the painting. One last word about oil pastels is that it looks like oil painting, and can be very lasting. I just love my Sennelier pastels. Such a creamy oil base, that it just works to uplift any painting you make. Enjoy making a lot of pastel drawings and give comments on your experience. If you liked my video, please subscribe to my channel Paint with Me for many more art videos.